Hello, everybody. This is Idle Musings of the Nerd Mind. My name is Richard. You better know that by now. And this lovely woman here,
Joy's in the house. Whoop, whoop.
we are here and we're ready to discuss the writer's strike. We are also going to discuss the finales of The Mandalorian as well as Star Trek Picard
Yeah.
and Sweet Tooth.
Me too.
So I'm excited about it. Miss
Much. We got
Joy,
so much
tell
to catch
me,
up on.
have you saw all of it or yet or not
I
really?
did. I did see all
Okay,
of it. Although
I
y'all
did too.
obviously know we have been MIA for a couple weeks because life has been lifing and we're juggling things, but we are happy to be back. And so
Exactly.
we talked about like, we're gonna talk about the finales, but now it feels like it was so long ago. So let's
No,
let's
no, no. I mean, we can still talk about it because
no. We
I've
should
seen
definitely
some.
talk about it, but it was kind of like
I know, I know. Everyone's had the chance to do it, but I've seen some people a little late on their podcast, videocast. No
oh,
names, no
okay,
names.
okay.
Because guess what?
Listen, we're
Don't
just
throw
recapping for
stones.
our own sakes because it needs to be discussed. Okay, I'm just saying
Thank you.
it just needs to be
Thank
discussed.
you. Oh my goodness. How do you tell everybody what you've been doing?
Oh my gosh, it's just been nutty. I've got a new client that is actually has two new businesses, so now I'm like onboarding two
Nice.
businesses at the same time, which is a lot. It's a lot. I'm always like, yay, let's do it. Then I'm like, oh my gosh, my brain hurts. And then I still have to juggle everybody else that I'm working with. So
Yeah.
it's been a little bit nutty, especially with Mercury in retrograde these past couple weeks. I don't know, it feels like a week. I don't know.
All
Um,
right.
Technology has not been kind.
Oh no. Slow
So
days? Slow.
struggle. No, just technology of getting things done. It's
Oh
just
yeah, yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
struggle
It's
bus.
hard
Struggle.
juggling two, clients and stuff. Or
And
is
more than
this
two. No, the two are joining the five, six that I already had.
oh wow. Oh my goodness.
Hello. I
Is
know.
this your company or are you working
This is my
for this is
company.
oh my god,
Yeah.
congrats.
Thank
That
you.
is so exciting. That's so exciting because
It's
for
exciting, but it hurts my brain.
hey, I know, but man, most event planners like me and others, they're struggling trying to find business. I'm
Yeah.
so excited for
Well, I'm
you.
not doing events though. See, I mean, tangentially was supposed to be
Uh-huh.
a new client, but I'm not actually like doing live events. So it's the shift that happened during pandemic, and so I'm
Yeah.
supporting women-owned businesses and with operations and administration, and I have clients all over the country,
Yeah.
and so yeah, so it's
That
cool. It's
that's fantastic.
thank
That
you.
is super fantastic. Congratulations.
You have some good news, like that just came down like today. Break it down.
Uh-huh.
Tell the world.
Me? Me?
Yes, yes. Hello,
You're like,
out from the mountaintops.
okay, I am officially done with the spring semester and human services. I think some people know I'm trying to be a certified counselor. It was a little rough at times,
I'm sure. A
but
lot of work.
you know, with a fantastic professor, she kind of talked me through it.
Good.
She's like, okay, what is this? But and to tell you the truth, one of my classes was online, and the other one I had to go and show up on campus
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
because it was interviewing like principals, like basically intake. If someone goes to a hospital, you have to sit down, you got to talk with them and
Right,
just see what's going on, what's the
right.
matter,
Hmm.
and all that good stuff.
Right.
Or if you're working for a company with other therapists, you're just I mean, it's basically the same thing. You're just getting to know them. It's like, okay, tell me
Right.
about yourself.
Right.
But I will say this: if my teacher totally got me. She's
Oh,
like when
really?
I first started. Well, I was good. She like clapped after like our last project because I wouldn't stop talking. Imagine that.
Oh,
You know,
wow.
I was just like, but what's
Wow,
wrong, girl?
characteristic.
Why you sad? Oh my god, I didn't do it like that, but my
Did it on
teacher,
the inside.
right on the inside, I'm like, why? How did that happen? You know, I'm gonna stop. But like my teacher would go, like we would
Yeah.
get in groups, and I would be the counselor, and they would be the client, and we would flip.
Yeah.
Oh my god, she wrecked me. Like,
Wow.
yeah, no,
Mhm.
she totally wrecked me, but she
Mhm.
didn't do it in a bad way. She's
Right.
very cool,
She was
and
just
she's
for
just
real,
like
probably.
this, Richard.
Yeah.
You over talks your client. She's like, let me break this down for you.
Yeah.
You will not get clients if you continue to do this because it's not about you. It's about
Oh,
them.
yeah.
It's about them, and they're
Valid.
there. You gotta
Valid.
make yeah, you gotta make
Yeah.
them feel comfortable, and sit down and talk with them. Really good lesson.
Mhm.
My last project, that kind of was it for the huge
Okay.
grade.
Yeah.
And she clapped. She stood up and clapped. She's like, "You did not talk over them. I'm so
Oh, so proud. Her foundling has
excited." Yeah,
graduated.
I'm like, I did it. I did
You
it,
did
and I'm
it.
excited. But
Listen, tell everybody what GPA you got now.
say it again.
What's your GPA?
Oh my god, three point
Hello.
five, three point
Hello.
five.
One more time.
Yeah, 3.5.
Hey.
Hey, I'm there. I mean, the older you get, you just know what you want if you're going back and stuff. So I'm super excited about that.
Yes.
Um,
Congratulations.
yeah, my teacher, she's just like, when that first time where she kind of wrecked me,
Uh-huh.
she also said this, and it was really funny. She was just kind of went, okay, you need to, be quiet. And but she went like this. But by the way, the advice you were giving them was on point.
Okay.
So just
There you go. Just right. Keep it in. Lean back. Lean back.
like just close it down. Close it
Right.
down. And it makes sense, it makes total sense.
Yeah. Exactly. Because people need to be felt, seen, and heard. So you
There
need to
you
create that
go.
space for them. Yes.
Exactly. And it's something, I don't know. I guess I was just really excited to be there.
Good. Yeah. I'm glad you're enjoying it. That's
It
huge. That's a
it
big
is
deal.
very cool. Still
Great.
trying to do event planning stuff, you
Mm-hmm.
know.
Mm-hmm.
Denver's Comic Con is coming up
Yes.
soon. I think August.
Okay. Great. Great.
I
Great.
think
Great.
yeah, I think in
Probably
August because
fun.
Comic Con is in June
One in San
and
Diego.
in San Diego, the international one.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember after that, it's the 4th of July. Kind of that next
Okay.
big weekend
Oh,
is
nice.
that.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
But I'm gonna tell you something, and
Yeah.
I had to miss like Gay Pride one year
Oh
uh,
no.
to go, and
Wait
I'm
a minute.
like, really? So
I mean,
when they're doing that, Gay Pride is here. So you know,
ooh,
oh
listen.
well.
No, I don't know. Because there's a
Say
lot.
that.
So, like, so you say you're going to go to Denver, so that's going to be in August. So, Austin,
Mhm.
there's a Comic Con. There's several actually now that I started to look.
Oh
But there's a
wow.
Galaxy Con is happening in September. And because I felt like when I went to the MegaCon, like it didn't have as much like Star Trekky stuff, which I was missing,
Okay.
right? So I was like, GalaxyCon is There's a whole Star Trek contingent going to be up in there, and they just announced that LeVar Burton is going to be up in the house.
Oh my God.
It's Gates McFadden, Jonathan Frakes, William Shatner, what's her name? Armin Shimmerman from DS9, all these folks, right? And then also Andy Serkis just got announced as well. So
That's
I'm like,
amazing.
I'm about that. And hopefully, I feel like it'll be pretty big still, but not quite as big as Mega God. I mean, giant, right? Because it won't be on that scale. So at least I can probably get a little bit more done. That's my plan. But I'm very excited.
Well, you probably can go like to panels. I mean, trying to go to panels like at San Diego Comic-Con. Good luck.
I know, right? That's the thing where you have to like you have to. So that's why I think when I went to make, I wasn't mentally prepared. Like we talked about this, right? So it's like at least now also it's local for me, right? So I can go a couple of days. Pop in out. Get the lay of the land. I already know I'm very familiar with the Austin Convention Center because I've probably done events. But like map out when the panel's happening, when I want to do like the photo ops. Because you need to like be on those lines for those special moments, and you can't leave.
No, you can't. But you have to pay for them.
You do. That's why I'm very selective about who I really hope they do like a group. Like, can you get everybody who's in Star Trek in one picture across the families of of shows? That would be
the whole family. Get the whole family. Come on.
Get them all together.
Right.
Even Elnor from Picard, he's going to be there too. Anyway.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
See, y'all are going to have a good one. I need to sit down and just see who's coming.
Yeah.
And, go ahead and do that.
Cough. I think you need wine for that cough, don't you?
Oh, okay. I'm just going to. I only got wine, so.
Mm-hmm. It's good for you.
You're like this.
That's how we do our show.
It's okay. Drink it. Well, anyway, I'm super excited about that. Oops, my chair. Oh Lord, my chair went crazy for a second.
What's going on over there?
Oh my God, all kinds of shenanigans today. I swear.
Oh my gosh.
Mama, let's go ahead and what's the first thing you want to talk about?
Let's talk about. I guess we should wrap up like Picard and Mandalorian. Like we don't have to spend too much because but just it's more for me to just be like have that closure and just express my love and appreciation. So that's how I feel about it anyway. But what do you want to share first? You go.
Let's talk about Picard because on our last video we were trying to find out who it was,
right?
And I thought it might have been the Paul Race, the evil version of the wormhole aliens, but
they twisted. They
I
flipped
was
it.
wrong.
They totally flipped it. They totally did. I know. I was all like,
I was so wrong.
Mutant, like, I mean, sort of, kind of. He is a mutant, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It was like totally like, But I know I was watching people like, speculate, and they were kind of like, Picard is so entrenched with the Borg, like it makes sense because that's the theme that's been, throughout the series. So I was like, it does make sense. So that was really.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go.
Oh no, I was just gonna say it just seemed like on Picard, it had something to always do with the Borg.
Yes.
Exactly. And I thought this time, I'm like,
nah. I know, because it was like it came out of nowhere. Sort of like changelings, okay. Who's like Braddock talking to? Like, what's this whole Sith? It was just They did a sneak attack. They did. I mean, honestly, I'm going to just say that this last season was exquisite as a TNG, lover. And it just brought all of the stops. It just felt like so beautiful. Like every episode I savored because I didn't want it to end. I was like, this is so good. And you had all your people there.
Yeah.
I keep talking about how Worf was hilarious.
He was so funny in this. He was him and Riker. I'm like, y'all need to take this on the road. Totally, take it on a road trip. I will pay.
Right? I mean, especially I loved it was like the dichotomy of like Worf, like he would like swoop in and like completely decimate people and then be like, would you like some tea? And we're just like, and Riker's like, what the heck? What's wrong with the world? What's going on? He wants to meditate? Like, what is happening?
There was some good ones in there. Like when they were on the Borg ship. Yeah. And he was fighting with swords and stuff. And he's like, give me my sword, and he's like, it's heavy. He could barely lift it. I liked it. He had a gun in the bottom of it. And I love Riker. He's like, you had this here this whole time. And he's like, swords are fun. He's just like, oh my God, I should tase you. I should laser you for doing that. But were you surprised? Because they did it a little bit differently. They did it, and it made sense to me because the mechanical and, bio need to learn how to communicate with each other. Yes, so they basically, whatever race you are, they through the transporter system.
Yes, exactly. That was brilliant.
I'm like, that's smart, and it's a new way to do the Borg.
Exactly, exactly. And that explains, like, because you were wondering, it's like, how was he able to have this telepathic connection with people? I found it quite interesting, though, that it was only like the young people who were 25 or less.
I know.
I was like, okay, y'all, whatever.
Yeah, you're like,
I see you. Okay.
Why?
Seriously.
Oh my God. Children. Okay, you got to laugh. I know I laughed out loud. The little motley crew of, people she brought to 7 of 9, she brought to the bridge.
Oh, yeah. And,
oh my God, that cook. He goes like this. He goes,
oh my gosh, right?
I'm just the cook.
She was like,
I don't know how. She's like, you took flight training. You are a pilot now. Sit it.
The whole arc of 7 of 9, like we absolutely love it. I mean, all the fans are calling for her to, for the spinoff, for her to be a captain. Like, that was just beautiful to see that. I was talking to my friend Michael actually about what's his name? The other captain. Why does his name just went out my brain?
Oh, shoot. He's the one who passed away. I can't think of his name.
Oh my God. We both just blanked on him. Anyway, he was the person you love to hate in the beginning, right?
Yeah.
And then you're just like, oh my gosh, I love this guy. And then they were like, just kidding, bye. And I was like, wait, what?
I know, but I'm just, I'm so sad because like Ensign Ro, on Star Trek, she was one of my favorites, and they had like her in so many episodes.
Yeah. That was great. I love that she even had that moment when she came back. I think we were all surprised. We're like, Ensign Ro! Of course, she's not even Ensign. We're still calling her Ensign Ro. We're like,
I was excited. I loved it. She's one of my favorites. And I'm trying to think who else. Well, the captain, because you are correct. Nobody liked him at first. But I started to kind of like him when he went to the bar and he sat there and he's just like, I was a young engineer down there and the head engineer saved all of us, and she ended up, I guess, dying or what have you by trying to get them out. And they look at Picard because he was the person, the representative to try to talk to, Starfleet and what have you. So his face was plastered everywhere. And people remember that, and people are still very angry.
Right.
But
when he was Locutus, right?
Yeah, but I'll tell you this much. He took it in a really mature way. And he was just like this. He's like, I'm used to it. If people want to be mad at me,
right,
they're gonna be mad, and
exactly.
Say it again.
I was saying exactly.
It's just, I don't know. I just thought I just love this show so much. I really do.
It was so great. It was such a gift. It was just, I totally loved every minute of it. It was like, like I said, I didn't want it to end. It was just like, oh, it's so good. And so now we're excited about seeing like what's gonna happen next. Like obviously we're getting excited for Strange New Worlds, which is coming up in June. But
yes, that's my show.
Coming through, like what's gonna come out of Picard. It'll be interesting to see what's gonna be next for that.
It's gonna be good. Did you watch Discovery or not really?
Yes. Oh yeah.
You did?
Oh yes.
Last season, I didn't know. Now we're gonna talk about it.
Oh, yes.
We're gonna talk about it on the show.
We'll talk about it. But let's not take up too much of our time. We got other stuff to get to. So anyway.
Right, we're gonna talk about it. But I'm happy it's coming back. I'm not happy it's the last season for Discovery. But at least they can wrap it up in such a way and not on a cliffhanger.
Yeah, no, we can't. That's why I also appreciate Picard. It was like it felt complete. It was like we have told the full story. We've gotten everything in. Yeah, it was beautiful. So
I just love all of it, and I have to say the main thing I love the most about this was Picard. He always kind of said, "I don't want a child," this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
He didn't even know that he needed Jack. He didn't even know, and Jack didn't even know that he needed him.
Yes, truly.
And he ended up because remember in season 2 of Picard, you saw the whole thing when he was a child and his mother wasn't well and all of this stuff. And Beverly kind of, threw that at him. And he's like, you don't get to, make that decision for me.
Exactly.
You don't get to do that. You don't get to throw my past in my face. You don't get to do something like that. And he was right. And I want to say, I don't think she was wrong. I think it just came to the point. She's like, I have to protect my child.
Absolutely.
And thank God she didn't say, Jack Picard, because everyone would have,
that which was on purpose.
Romulans
which was on purpose. She was like, nah. I have done that.
Oh my goodness. Raffi, I want to say Raffi.
Raffi was so great.
She did so good with
love
Laura.
her.
I love them.
Awesome.
We probably should move on in just a little bit, but
I know
how, I guess, wrap it up. And what is the thing that just made you love this so much?
For Picard specifically, talking about Picard, I just love that everybody came back for the most part, right? We had Data, we had Troy, we had Riker, we had Worf, we had Geordi, Dr. Crusher, Picard, and having them all that special moment where they're around the table again.
Yeah.
They're all on the bridge together. It was just like, oh, so good. That was just priceless.
I loved it. But we do have to talk about the elephant in the room at the end of it. Q is back. Did you see that?
What?
You saw that.
Did I? Tell me.
Like that last episode with Jack and he went to Starfleet. Oh, you
Oh
did
yeah,
you?
yeah,
Yeah, and then he went to his room and Q was there.
yeah. Okay,
He,
see, I kept seeing people said there was another scene, and I went back and I was like, I
yes.
don't got the scene. That was like, what was missing? So I was like, what are you talking about? I mean, Q's
Right.
gotta,
That it
that's fine.
seeing that,
Yeah.
if they don't do a spinoff, I'm gonna be
I
mad.
mean, they have to.
Because,
They have to. It's set up too perfectly. It's like we are ready. It's everyone's like, yes, game on. We love everybody. Let's do this. Let's continue this. So,
but I will
but yeah,
say this with Q, I loved how Jack was like, wait a minute.
yeah,
My father, this is over. You said it was over with Picard,
right.
and he's
He said
like,
it was over in season 2, right?
right. And he's like this. I'm not here for Picard. I'm here for you. He's like, let's see how you do. Let's see how you do now. Trial of Humanity, his son, and I'm just like, if they don't, is it supposed to be called Legacy? If they do a spinoff, I think it's Star Trek
um,
Legacy.
I think that's the name they've been saying. It's gonna be Legacy.
I think that's it. But I love it. Some of my Star Wars friends were all like, "Why are you watching that?" And I'm like, "Look, I don't put myself in a hat box and just for one thing. I like it all.
Excuse me.
I
Can't we
like
all just
Babylon
calm?
5. Oops,
I'm
oops.
saying, listen, right? I have equal opportunity.
I like Babylon 5.
Love. Getting wild now. You're getting wild.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
Trying to keep an eye on the clock.
I know. Moving on.
Um,
We gotta move on.
let's go.
Mandalorian, real quick. Like, you go ahead. You speak to it.
Okay.
Tell us high level. Mm-hmm.
To tell you the truth, I love the whole season.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
It was definitely fun.
but I don't want to say I got upset, but I was really tired of
Mm.
people because they had like that whole episode with Dr. Pershing, the
Yeah.
clone guy,
Yeah.
and people were like, "You
Because it was
wasted."
like Andor.
Yeah, yeah, and people were like, "Well, it's kind of like Andor," and I like Andor,
Totally
but
love Andor. Yeah.
some people like Andor more than The Mandalorian. Most people who didn't like, Star Wars and what they're doing, they
Yeah.
loved Andor.
Andor. Yeah. It was
They
amazing
really
again. It
loved
was like
it.
really well done. So I
Yeah.
get that. I mean,
and
Mandalorian's a little more campy, right? It's a little more like
I liked
we're
it.
throwing baby girl, baby Yoda. They were killing me though. They got to the point they were just like, just toss him. You know what I'm saying? They were like, here he is.
Right.
Like,
I was like,
Grogu across the room.
right. They ain't right. They ain't
I
right.
know. They were
That's
like, how are we
okay.
gonna get him over there? Mm.
Right. Well,
So,
I love how John Favreau said this.
yeah.
And I think I talked about it on the last time. He's like, all of these people we're introducing, you may not understand how they fit into it right now,
Yes, right.
but
Exactly.
later you're going to.
Mm-hmm.
And The Mandalorian is in that universe with Ahsoka and all of it. It's all going on during that time.
Right.
I cannot wait to. I am a crossover horror. I'm like, let's do it. I did it way back then with different
Come
strokes
on.
and the facts of life, and they crossed
Yes,
over.
you
I'm
know
just
it.
saying. And that was Janet Jackson. Okay, that was his
Sure.
girlfriend. She went to Eastland. Okay. Um,
You're
what
bringing out
else?
the vintage now. Listen,
I'm a mess.
you have
I just
faded
love
yourself.
a good crossover. And come on, bring it.
Yeah,
Let's get Baby Yoda
absolutely,
out
absolutely. I
there.
mean, that's the thing. We want to have this story, right? That's kind of
Mhm.
woven together, and trying to figure it out as you go, and be like, oh wait, that was so and so from over there, and now they're
Right.
it makes sense. Now we know where they're going over here. It's a whole.
Mhm.
It's a journey, folks. It's a journey. But
But
yeah, it was
how did you?
definitely fun. It was fun.
Did you?
Mhm.
Because it really it bothered people because a couple of episodes, Mando and Grogu, they kind of took a back seat. You know, I
I
of
mean,
course I wanted to see more of them, but I was also happy with the world building and the
exactly.
politics and
Mm-hmm.
what's going on, and
Right.
that made me happy. Other people are like, it's called The Mandalorian, and I'm
There's
just
always
like,
other people in the story. It can't just be two people. Like
thank
that's
you.
seriously, that's there's the limited texture there, and it's like we're building their experiences with all of these other people, right? So it's still part of the main story, but I need to know why. Like we had this discussion like with Willow,
Yeah,
I need to
yeah,
know who this person is to care. So you need to tell me their story, because if you just throw them in there, I'm just like, I don't know why they're here. Like I don't get
right.
it.
So
So
did that kind of bother you with the whole Pershing
no, I
thing,
loved
or
it. I thought
oh,
that was
you
so
liked?
fun. I
Okay,
mean, and
good.
the whole scape of the city that you created was very fun, and just it just was interesting to get that perspective too. To be like, okay, the empire is down, fallen, and this is what happened to those people. They were being like
Mhm.
re-entered into the society and what that process looked like, and that I thought that was really cool. I liked it. I
I,
definitely.
the one thing um, I did pick up on
Mm-hmm.
is that so the Republic won, like Luke Skywalker and all them, they won,
Mm-hmm.
and the Republic, it, when they were in charge, it didn't seem like they had a clue. It didn't seem like
Well,
they had a clue, and
that is
it,
yeah,
no communication, and
right,
that
yeah,
that's how the First Order,
yeah.
with Ray and Finn and them,
Mm-hmm.
that's the new Empire, the First
Yeah.
Order.
Mm-hmm.
They grew up, just kind of pretending. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, we'll do whatever you want, and at the right time, they took all that shit back,
Yeah,
and
true.
they were just like,
Exactly.
I, I, I just. I don't know. It was just red tape all over the place. And if it was the
Mm-hmm.
Empire, they
Mm-hmm.
would, someone would have mouthed off to them or been somewhere they're not supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
won't get a phaser to your head or a lightsaber
That's
or
what
a force choke. Okay, I'm just saying.
it's true. It is. I mean, there's. It seems very. It's a bureaucracy, right? We're like pretending like we have some structure, but everyone's just pushing papers and kind of like
No
folks at
structure.
jobs who are just like, I'm just here for the paycheck. Like I really don't care.
Yeah.
It feels very much like that. So yeah. So you see why some people who are still passionate can easily come in
Yes.
and infiltrate and like shut that down. So
And
that is coming.
oh, I'm sorry, honey. Keep going.
No, no, no. That's it. That's it.
Oh no, I did want to say two things.
Mm-hmm.
So I did a little digging, and I found out because Princess Leia is still, alive during this.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, "Do you not see what's going on
Mm-hmm.
here?
Mm-hmm.
The Empire is going to come back as something else, which was the
Right.
First Order,
Right.
and that's why she started another rebellion. What we saw with Ray and all of them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She's like, I got to get out of here. I got to do this
Yeah. Yeah.
because she saw it coming. You
Yeah.
know, and
I wonder, is there going to be an Obi-Wan, like a continuation of that?
they are saying yes.
Okay.
They're saying yes, and
Uh-huh.
I really hope it's true
Mm-hmm.
because I was not one of these people who hated Obi-Wan Kenobi. I loved it.
Yeah.
And I just thought it was just absolutely fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And it
Mm-hmm.
was a great story.
Right.
But, I guess it's true. Haters are going to hate. And you really
Listen,
can't.
again, we always fall back on there's so much good content now. So if people don't know how spoiled they are, right? So listen, okay, fine. We're gonna love everything. Y'all can just pick and choose what you like, but whatever. That's your business. That's your business.
Okay, exactly. But I am going to say this. And
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to a younger guy,
Mm-hmm.
not just about Star Wars, but like, like superhero movies and stuff like that. and they're spoiled. I feel a lot of them are spoiled because it looks fantastic.
It does.
I
Oh
didn't
my
have
god.
that when I was a kid.
No, it was wretched. It
I
was
mean,
ratchet. That's the
it
word I'm
was horrible. It was
it's
horrible.
mess.
I was like,
Happy to have it. Happy. We're like,
now I sound like an old fogey. It's like, you better be happy.
that's
That's
right.
some good
Be
stuff.
grateful. Be grateful what you have.
Right. Back in my day, I
Exactly.
had to watch a
The
bad
olden
Captain
time,
America movie.
the olden days, when we had to turn the knob on the TV.
Thank
Hello.
you.
Come on.
Thank you. I had to see
We
Linda
had
Carter
12 stations.
spin, turn into Wonder Woman.
Oh
Oh
my gosh. Oh my gosh. All
my
right, we gotta
God.
move on, or else we'll never get the last two things, which I definitely want to touch on.
Oh my God.
So
Well, I like what they did. I trust them. I didn't like everything, but that's
yeah, of course.
to me. It's a TV series. It's a movie,
Hmm.
whatever,
Yeah.
miniseries.
Hmm.
You're not gonna like everything, but
We're
we
just
were
grateful
talking.
they're continuing the stories, right? Or continuing, and there's their various
Yeah.
legs to all of this, which is amazing to
And
see.
one thing we kind of talked about last time is they're not finished telling their stories. I understand it's week to week, but
Mhm.
if are going to be one of those people that's always angry that, it's happening or
Yeah.
what have you, and you don't understand and you don't have the patience to wait for all of it, because just wait and binge the whole thing
When
and
it's
then
done.
make, you
Right.
know,
Exactly. Totally.
if you don't like it, you don't like it.
That's
You
right.
but we better get moving on
Yes, I was
to
gonna say let's
go
talk.
ahead.
Let's hit on Sweet Tooth real quick.
D- Did you? We could talk about the writer's strike and spend the rest of the time on Sweet Tooth.
Okay, yes, let's definitely hit the writer's strike for sure because that's
So, how do
big,
you
big
feel
moment.
about all of this?
So ultimately, like I feel it's very powerful because people are like not realizing the talent and the creative element that starts like the story starts with the writer, right?
Right,
Um, and now that they're on strike, people are like everything's on is on pause, right? Because like the actors can be great, but they don't know what to say. They don't have the lines. The
right,
director can be awesome, but he doesn't have the story to tell, right? So it's like you really they need to honor and appreciate the talent of writers, and it's a tremendous talent, and it takes a lot of brain power.
right.
I know that one of the issues is the surgence research or surgence of chat gpt, and I've actually have friends who are copywriters who've lost their jobs because people think, oh, I'll just have chat gpt write this stuff, we don't need humans anymore.
Yeah,
But I actually joked with one of my clients. I was like, did they not see Terminator? What is the problem? What do you not understand? Like, you
right.
cannot rely on AI to do all of the things. It just doesn't. I mean, I see the value of it because there's a lot
Yeah,
of things like, for smaller businesses, it's like, in a pinch you can get this done. But the value of a human who has an imagination,
thank
um,
you,
it's going to
thank
bring the
you,
heart and soul to the words,
thank you.
and can convey your message in a different way than obviously something. I mean, that is it does great work. Don't get me wrong. I've seen some of the copy that
Right.
ChatGPT has produced, but it still is like a slippery slope for me personally.
Yeah.
Like, honor these people. They are the backbone of your story, of your business. Give them all the money. The end.
Hey, I completely agree with that. And, some people who I know, writers and what have you,
Mm,
it's, they say it's just very thankless. They come up and crafted an amazing and beautiful story that makes us happy, that
mm-hmm.
makes us cry, that
Exactly.
we just love certain characters.
Mm-hmm.
That's them. That's
Exactly. It
them.
is. It is
And
totally them. Totally them.
and
And I think part of the thing also is like one of the issues is like the streaming element, right? People talk about binging, like so now the production that their writers are expected to write. I can't even imagine what their deadlines are at this point, where things are moving so fast,
right?
And you're just churning out all this content, and then you're not getting paid for that on the same level. It's just like, what? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? So no.
Yeah.
We support the writers.
And they're there also on the set. And they're just changing things on the fly.
Right. I mean, you have to, right? Stuff happens. Some actor can't do it, or you can't get the scene, the location is not whatever, we still have to weave the story.
It's just sad. I just think it's super sad. I am proud of because there's a lot of productions going on, and all these new movies, all these TV shows, they haven't crossed the line. At least I haven't heard anything yet of anybody crossing the line. And what also made me happy is that some of the actors, but I think they might be writers too, but I think some of them aren't. They're up there with their marching because they know the value of what they're doing and what they're bringing to people.
For sure.
Let's just look at the pandemic. I don't know. I have like a huge, Blu-ray collection and stuff like that. And I was just in awe. I was just like, wow. And I was thinking about this with the writer's strike, is like, there's no way we would have got through that pandemic if we didn't have, TV series and movies and comedies and all of this. But they are the backbone. But they're treated like crap, and that good for them for staying up.
Exactly. It's like, oh, you don't think you need us? Hard stop. How's it going?
Thank you. Okay, we got a couple of minutes left.
Real fast.
Sweet Tooth.
Fire.
Go ahead, go. I saw it all.
Y'all need to see this if you haven't, because I know some folks are just like, Sweet Tooth, what are you talking about? Okay, it's on Netflix. This is season 2 that just came out. Like both of us were both. I know you've mentioned this on our Facebook page a couple of times. Like you didn't expect that you would enjoy it as much as you did. You watched season 1. It's still in that genre of like post-apocalypse. There's a pandemic. What comes out of that are these hybrid kids, basically, right? And so you have the issue of like the survivors are trying to figure out how to cure this virus or this call it the sick, right? And then then you have these hybrid kids who have emerged at the same time, so they believe that the kids are the reason. So there's this hunting down the kids and whatnot. The kids are amazing. I have to just say, a lot of shows that are kid centric, like the acting is painful. These kids are stellar actors, all of them across the board.
Thank you.
So season 2 I really love because it built off of, speaking of good writing, built on season 1. We got deeper character development for those folks that you met in season 1. In season 2 you got deeper character development, and then they brought in some more characters to like fill out like all the kids at the refuge. Can I just give a shout out to Teddy? I love me some Teddy, the turtle hybrid kiddo, because Teddy likes to sing. Teddy sang.
Thank you
for being a friend. That was so good. I was like, stop it! He's singing "Thank you for being a friend." That was so great.
So anyway, why do you sing the Golden Girls? You better be quiet.
Girls. Oh, thank you for being a friend. You sang it, Teddy. Come on.
No.
Come on, Teddy.
No.
All right. You go ahead.
I don't know the words. It's like, and back again.
Down the road, back again. Your heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant. Don't get me started. Go on.
I will tell you this. Some of my gay friends who watch this, they're gonna revoke my gay card because they're like, you don't know the whole song of the Golden Girls. I'm like, I was a fan. I like Golden Girls, but
we're gonna give you a pass. You're gonna go learn
they
it.
better give me a pass.
Next episode.
Shoot, give me a pass. And I even watched some of the spinoff, which was Golden Palace. It was basically everybody except for Dorothy. Is it Dorothy?
Yeah, Dorothy. Listen, I don't know Golden Palace. See, my bad.
She played Maud.
Yes.
Yeah, she wasn't on it, so it was the three, and they opened up, I guess, a hotel or something.
Okay. Listen, off the rails.
Oh, sorry. Okay. All right. Sorry, I mean do it. Okay. Let me go ahead and just. I love that little beaver kid.
Oh, Bobby! Bobby was the best. Okay, he also was my favorite too. I love me some Bobby.
Every time he was on the screen, one of my friends was like, "Why do you keep clutching your pearls?" Because I'm like,
he's like, Bobby.
I want to hug him.
It's adorable. So good.
I'll be like Baby Yoda, like going up and hugging like the small little guys this season. It's like no touchy, no squeezy, bad baby.
No squeeze it, baby. Don't squeeze it. Okay. Yes.
I love that. This is based on a comic book. The comic book is a little bit darker. It's really uniquely drawn. If you ever get a chance, go look at some of the artwork.
Awesome.
And certain things kind of changed. But I'm okay with it because not everything translates
right, which we
from the source material to the screen or animation or whatever they want to do. So I love this. This season I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah.
What do you call him? Like Mister, like the big guy?
Man.
Huh?
Big man.
Yes, I love. Anyway, I just love the relationship.
So good.
I love it. I don't know. I was sad because the mom got sick.
Listen, I was crying. I was a hot mess. I was like, what? We've all just got back together.
I thought she was going to survive, and
no, that was mean. But I get it at the same time because now our cast has gotten significantly bigger.
Yeah,
but she was amazing. She did such a great job, and her heart. I just have to say before we wrap, Wendy was like the star of season 2. Wendy, because she stepped. Yes. She was a leader. She kept everyone together. She kept everyone moving forward. Kept everyone focused. I was like, okay, Wendy, she's bringing it. She totally brought it. An amazing actress too, as well.
Great I will say this, and I loved it because I took in college for my second language. I know American Sign Language, and when she started doing that, it just made me so happy.
That's a great point. There's so much sign language.
Yeah.
Out vocal cords. Yes.
And I'll just say this because we need to kind of wrap it up, but you're seeing this more and more. Mm-hmm. And The Last of Us, Henry, it wasn't Henry. Yes. He was deaf.
Younger brother. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. In the game, he wasn't. And they did that. Mm-hmm. So you see that there. You also see it in A Quiet Place. Mm-hmm. Deaf actress.
I love it. It's wonderful.
I just love it. I love the attention it's getting. Mm-hmm. One of my good friends, Brad, and his wife, Steph, who's a good friend, they're teaching their child sign language.
Wonderful.
Even before he could say things.
Yeah, a lot of little kids, they learn more so that they can communicate before they are verbal. Yeah, no, it's huge. I love it so much.
Well, I'll just say this, and we're going to wrap up. I like the season. I'm excited to see what they're going to do. in season 3.
Season 3, because we still are like, well, we don't know the whole story yet, so they're keeping it. They're gonna still unravel it, and I'm excited to see all that.
It seems like they're kind of keeping it, closer to chest. I did not collect the comic books. I've kind of, read here and there when I go to the comic book store or something. I'm like, this is interesting, and then boom, it's on Netflix, and I'm like, there you go.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Content.
It's always a good time with you.
I know we always like go over time, but we're happy to be back.
Time, but I don't care.
Add all the notes in the chat, all the things we forgot about.
Yes, push that like button. Subscribe. Yeah. Talk to us, people. Talk to us. But we gotta go. Yeah. Much love to all of y'all in your direction, and we'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.